Hey there, coming to you from the Hoover household. Just looking my best. Um, haven't washed my hair in 4 or 5 days. Just been working and doing some stuff and taking some naps. And right now my hair is in a bun underneath this hat, and most of it is, and then parts of it are just falling down. And what a life. Um, Anyway, while you're stuck at home, I thought I would tell you kind of a funny story. It was about a car accident I was in January. So, not funny at that time, but in retrospect, there's some humor in it. So sit back, maybe get yourself a cup of hot chocolate or something. I don't know. Take a listen. Okay, so I'm driving down the road, south on Main Street in Goshen. And then another car is going north on Main Street in Goshen. And then they turned left in front of me while I was going through a green light, and bam, we hit. Okay, so we hit. I hadn't done that before, guys. So I was kind of like in shock. Like, I did not think this was really happening. And I thought like maybe I was napping and having a dream that I was in a car wreck. And yeah. So anyway, I look over and there's an older lady that I had been in this accident with, and at least she was like, with it, like, but I still didn't really believe that this was really happening, and it was really crazy. And then I saw this lady come out of her house, and then she went to the lady in the other car and talked to her for a second. And then I was like, I probably should call 911, which isn't, something that I do often. So I wasn't sure, but it seemed like, yeah, I should definitely call 911. So I like reached in the passenger seat for my phone, but it wasn't there. And then my brain checked in and it was like, hey, you were just in a car accident where you were hit from the front. And I'm pretty sure that when you get hit from the front, that things just like go forward. So your phone's probably in the floorboard. And I was like, thank you, brain. That is a great idea. So I reached down on the floorboard over on the passenger side, and I find my phone. And then as I'm calling 911, Barbara comes over. That's the woman that came out of the house to check on us. Barbara was an angel. Okay, so I am sitting in my car. Barbara comes over. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, mm-hmm. I'm calling 911. And then they're like, 911, what's your emergency? Or I can't even remember exactly what they said, something like that. And then I was like, I was in a car accident. And they were like, where are you at? And then I was like, Barbara, where are we at? And then she told me, and I was like, okay, we're on Main and Plymouth. And then they're like, okay, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And they're like, is someone else involved? And I'm like, well, yeah, the woman in the other car. And they're like, how is she? And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, well, how old do you think she is? And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, just take a guess. And I was like, Barbara, how old do you think she is? And Barbara's like, I don't know, like 60s or 70s. And I was like, okay, we think 60s or 70s. And then they were like, is she hurt? And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, Barbara, is she hurt? And she was like, well, her airbag is deployed and she's clutching at her chest. And so I told the 911 operator, her airbag is deployed and she's clutching at her chest. And she was like, they were like, does she need an ambulance? And I was like, I don't know. Barbara, does she need an ambulance? Okay. By this time, there's like sirens and there's like police cars circling us because we're like on a main road, and like so the road's like being shut down, and there's like, I don't know, like 6 police cars like circling us, and then there's people coming and like talking to me, and then I don't know. I was kind of upset that 911 wanted to know more about the other person than me. That was in the moment. Okay, guys. I was just really confused that they were asking me all these questions about a person I haven't even talked to yet, but that's how they operate, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so now, like, Barbara was like so good and helped me a lot. And so we got off of the phone with 911 and they were like sending somebody and stuff. But somebody had already called. So there were people coming. Okay. Well, then I decided I needed to call my mom because I had just left physical therapy for my knee, which I'd had surgery on like 3 weeks prior. And after physical therapy, I had gone through Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I bought a bucket of chicken and all the fixins, including mashed potatoes and gravy. These were in my front seat. I was going to be taking these to some people who needed a little encouragement. And my mom was going to help me. She was going to go with me to encourage the people. Okay, so I was like, I got to call my mom because she thinks I should be home by now. And I got to let her know I'm not going to be there. So I called my mom and I said, hey, Mom, I've been in an accident, but I'm okay. And she said, are you okay? And I said, I just said I'm okay. I'm okay. And so then Barbara talked to my mom. So Barbara was very instrumental in helping me. So thank you, Barbara. I do really appreciate you, Barbara. In the meantime, I noticed that in the midst of the wreck, all the chicken and the gravy and the mashed potatoes had just flown all over the car. There was like gravy up on the windshield. It was just all flying around like a KFC buffet for anyone around, anyone nearby or in the car. Actually, it would have been really good if you'd been in the car. You just open your mouth and you could take a little bite or something. But anyway, I was upset about that because I just bought that chicken, and I really wanted to take it to the family, but I couldn't. But anyway, whatevs. So then, like, the policeman came and he was like, were you wearing your seatbelt? And I'm like, yeah. And then, like, the EMT guy's like feeling my neck. He was like, does this hurt? And I'm like, no. But I was so full of adrenaline, nothing hurt. I was just like, I can move this car. But he was like, it's gonna hurt. So when it starts to hurt, if you need to go to the emergency room, you can. But I said I didn't want to go in the ambulance and everything. And then before I even know it, the lady in the other car is already gone. Like, I guess she did go in an ambulance and stuff. And but anywho, I called my husband, scared that he was going to be mad at me, but he wasn't. He's so nice. And so he comes. I mean, I was there for like an hour and all I did was just sit in my car. I never even got out of it. But anyway, so my husband comes and he like called the car insurance people and all that stuff. And then I didn't realize that they immediately call like a tow truck to come get your car because I've never done this before, guys. Okay, so I told them that like my husband could come and tow my car because he owns an auto repair shop, and I was like, we could save $30 because if you know me, I'm trying to save the money. So anyway, they're like, man, we've already called a tow truck. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm crying by this time, guys. I just cry a lot. But anywho, so then Greg comes and he's like, is there anything important in your car that you need to get out? Have you, what do you have in here? Blah, blah, blah. So we're like grabbing some things I need and my purse and all that stuff. And I was like, we got to get the chicken. We got to get the chicken out. Because what if my car's sitting somewhere and it's just going to go bad and it's going to be stinking like chicken? And so we got the chicken and the mashed potatoes and the gravy and it was just everywhere. I just got the biggest parts of it that I could and I was carrying it. And I was just like, Greg, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, there's gravy all over my hands. And he's a mechanic, so praise the Lord, he just let me wipe my hands on his clothes. And we put all the chicken and randomness into his car. And I was just kind of like in shock, and I was telling him the story on the way home. And then when we got home, I was like, do I need to throw this Kentucky Fried Chicken stuff away? And he was like, yes, Karen, throw it away. And I was like, but do you think we could save the biscuits? Do you think they would be okay to eat? And he was like, no, throw them away. Just throw it away. I was just trying to salvage something. Just something. But anyway, the day I was in a car accident with Kentucky Fried Chicken. I hope that brightened your day a little bit. Have fun. Have a great day. Do something. Set a goal. Accomplish it. I'm working on that. My goal is to take a shower and wash my hair.